Hi there, Robin here. I'm starting a new set of process videos where I paint portraits and then animate them or accompany them so that the art can give you their message personally, and maybe even a little story. Let me know in the comments below if you like where I'm going with this style of video storytelling. This is a story that came to my mind while painting this abuela, or the grandmother. Her name is Dominga, and that really is kind of cool because her name means Sunday in English. I think this is the story that she might tell us if she could. I had seen this woman in front of the church frequently, and she would sell candles to the public so that they could light it for a loved one. I had to ask around the other day because I'd finished her painting, because that is the final part of my Unforgettable Faces project. It's where I give the original painting back to the family or back to the owner of the face. Stay tuned until the end to find out what happens when I do. Some days, when times were a little slow, she took a few moments for herself and reads the newspaper. Look, can we stop this already? We're all neighbors. We need to love one another. We need to respect one another. This is not the time to separate ourselves through opinions and philosophies. Wars have been created this way. Families and friends have been divided because of these kind of things. It's so sad. What if we lived with more understanding and compassion? What if we shared the things that bring us together and focus on that? And be understanding and accepting of different opinions. You know, my mother, she was a wise woman. She did not teach us by talking at us. She taught about life by cooking in the kitchen. When I was sad or having a hard time, she made me soup. It always made me feel better, and we would each have a bowl and we would feel comforted by its warmth and nourishment. We are not a family of wealth, and this soup, well, it's not expensive to make. No, it's very basic and cheap thing. There are many recipes and many mothers. Locro de papa con amas de mi mamá, so that you can make it for your friends and family. And remember to make it with love, the secret ingredient. Then eat, and then talk. There are life lessons here, so prepare yourself. Remember, the reward is soup at the end. It will be very easy to make. You will like it. I like to use nice big potatoes, but they are nice with small ones too, sometimes different shapes. It does not matter, because we will mash them all together anyway, and with all the spices and everything, it'd be wonderful. This is a life lesson. You have what you have, and make do sometimes, and accept and come together anyway. So you got the potatoes. Don't worry about pretty. No es importante. I do not peel the potatoes. I scrub them and wash them very clean. I let the potato be a potato. The skins have vitamins and things that are good for you. They may not be as pretty with the skins, but they are naturally perfect. And so are you. Now chop them into small bits and large bits, and then fill your pot up halfway. I put the potatoes in a pot with about 6 cups, maybe 7 cups, maybe 7.5 cups, maybe only 5 cups. Maybe I don't have a lot of potatoes. And then I cook the potatoes until very tender. And now the potatoes are becoming, well, more cooperative. In a frying pan, in a different pan, 2 tablespoons of olive oil is nice. It likes to cook to help bring all the ingredients together to become better, like my mommy. In goes 1 onion, diced, 2 cloves of garlic, also cut into tiny pieces. Sometimes I like to put a little more in because I like it. When the oil and the onion and the garlic have worked together, they become nice and transparente. They'd only take about 5 minutes because they know not to waste time, and they get to work to make the soup. Maybe add in a little cumin, 2 teaspoons maybe, So 1 teaspoon of achiote powder. It's a very South American spice. So I won't tell anyone if you have to use paprika. Shh. And let them have only a little time together to relax and add to this friendship. And now the hard opinions of the potatoes have been worked out in the boiling water. It's time to bring everything together. So add the amigos of the frying pan to the boiling potatoes and turn the heat down low and let everything mellow out. And now's the fun part. You use the potato masher and you mash potatoes in a pot to get all their hardness out and break down the barriers and work well with the onions and the garlic and the spices. But don't mash them too much. Don't make them mushy. Let them have their own personality too. The consistency of the soup should be creamy with small, tender chunks of potato. For texture, let the spices and the onions and the garlic come together. Let us bring in some richness now. Ooh, that's nice. Stir in a cup of milk. And for you vegan people, you can add a little nut milk. So maybe something like that. And let it cook for about 5 minutes more. Sometimes the soup is so thick, you can add a little more milk. Be flexible. It's okay. Here in Ecuador, I like to add a little more, maybe with some grated queso fresco. It's a young cheese, but I understand in some other countries you might not be as fortunate as. So please consider adding a different cheese, maybe crumbled cheese quesillo, or mozzarella, or Monterey Jack. I have even heard of feta being used. Now you add a little salt to taste. Just a little. It's nice. We also put on top maybe little bits of onion, maybe scallion or cilantro. Oh yes, and here's the wonderful part. You have a nice ripe avocado. Cut them in half. Sometimes people, they chunk them up in little bits too, because avocado is nutritious and it gets the avocado warm and it makes the soup taste even more comforting. My mommy, she was very clever. She taught me too. So here, have a little soup. It's time to talk, face to face. Come together with family and friends. I have been looking for this woman for quite some time. I found her the other day, and she was with her loving family and close to her beloved church. And although her light is slowly fading from her eyes, I still found a story there. I felt she would have told me a story something like this, and maybe many other stories too. And here's when I bought a candle, and I found somebody thinking about me too. So if you like this video, please let me know in the comments below and consider subscribing so you can stay in touch when I have created more art videos and stories. Thank you for watching.